Peace, everyone. How y'all doing? I sit down and wrote some stuff because it's simpler for me to get my thoughts out like that. I'm not the best writer and stuff, but the title of this show, is "Message to the YouTube Street Queen" about the fear campaign on Ron Savage. So this just means what's in my opinion. I feel very strongly about what's going on and what's been going on because y'all know me and the Queen been fighting forever. That's how I met Jay Lee. He said I was over here abusing her and doing all this and everything. So we didn't have this type of relationship and we didn't work our way through it, but it's never been personal. But the fact that things have been personally done to me, I done had stroke, I've been locked up, I've been all this. This is very personal to me. You might as well curse my mother out to do some stuff to my family or whatever. And you can see when I do stuff and she think about her family and she don't feel I'm playing that, then it get personal. So it's kind of like some personal stuff, but we're going to deal with it. I'm going to try to be reasonable.
I am making this text-to-speech public service announcement to the YouTube Street Queen to clear the air on my movement to find out the whereabouts of the underage Hispanic or Latino boy who Khalil Amani, DJ K-Slay, Troy Star Torrain, Hassan Campbell, Ron Savage, Cuba Crisis, and others have said was statutorily raped by Afrika Bambaataa and as a result stabbed Bambaataa and his manager Ahmed Henderson back in 2013.
That's my inspiration. Ron Savage would say, facts. All facts. All facts.
The reason I am doing this announcement directly to the Queen is as a result of her objective stances on Ronald Savage and whether or not I am correct to make the claims that I believe his life has been in danger ever since he decided to come out against Afrika Bambaataa and even more after he joined my movement to find out the whereabouts of the boy they say stabbed Afrika Bambaataa and Ahmed Henderson.
Facts. All facts. I like that Ron Savage mode a little bit.
I want to make it a point to the Queen that she has a right to be objective and have an opinion, but when the opinion she gives is on these sensitive topics that has caused me real bodily harm and been a disruption to my business and my movement, this is where I believe clarity needs to be given to the general audience that watches our open discussions in the YouTube streets.
So clarity needs to be given to the general audience and also her. I believe she'll watch this because she's going to say, I want to see what the nigga trying to say about me. So clarity needs to be given. To people that sit up and watch us discuss, because we discuss, we argue, fight, we do what family do. And then y'all see us back together and people scratching their head like, what the F? Well, we did what family did. Shit, today I was ready to get in the dirt because, hey, I have no problem getting in the dirt. I do my best to hold off when it's family business, but hey, I have no problem getting in the dirt.
I want to address the Queen's recent statements where she objectively spoke on Ronald Savage's closure campaign as he recently was standing next to his childhood victimizer in a photo op, and how she gave her opinion that the boy who stabbed Bambaataa or his family may have been paid off to remain silent.
So that was her objective opinion. I didn't feel it needed to be spoken while we was talking compared to my opinion, because my opinion is the boy was murdered before they even left that apartment. They left with the boy body at the apartment while they was going to the hospital after he stabbed them up. But nobody wants to think of that because they like, well, how the hell did we get here today and we ain't never heard about the boy? Because they've been covering it up forever. And me and her just recently spoke yesterday. gave Khalil the money, bravery. The nigga hadn't even spoke on this shit. Gave him bravery to write on and say the queen did this. If she objected and she don't agree with the king, well, the queen can get her ass X'd out. She ain't never got to talk to me again or nothing as long as my objective get carried out. I don't give a fuck about nobody else shit.
This is to give the Queen some insight into why I believe Ronald was forced into a corner by Troy star Torain and Layla Wills to go back to Mickey Benson, and recently why he would make peace with Afrika Bambaataa in an attempt to preserve his own life.
So Wanda went back to Mickey Benson after Troy started to rain, then took pictures with Mickey Benson and been friend. They taking selfies and all of that shit, but they ain't gonna never talk about that. They gonna say Ronald went back to Mickey Benson, used this apartment and did all this and trying to get our hip hop stands with survivor shit. I don't know why all of them even fighting over that shit, because they won't stand with the dead or the alleged dead boy that her son been killed. Or Tafika, whoever the fuck the son want to put out there as the murderer.
When I say I believe Ronald is trying to preserve himself, I am not only speaking of the potential of him being murdered by Zulu Nation and Zulu Warriors security, but I am also speaking in association with the legal ramifications of his telephone call made back around 2016 with Mickey Benson that was used by Troy Star Torain to threaten Ronald that him receiving a bribe from Zulu Nation in the call with Mickey Benson was a process crime as former elected official in New York City Democratic Party in Bronx, New York.
So Ron Savage was an elected official. When Troy started to rain, pulled that phone call out that her son was playing and all of that, he was threatening Ron Savage's life. Maybe I'm not saying it right, like I said. I'm a goddamn brute. I don't give a fuck about how I say it. You intelligent, you ask me the proper question, I tell you. So I'm trying to break it down in this. When he pulled that out and threatened Ron, he was threatening his political life. That he wouldn't be running for office and shit no more, and his ass would be going to jail because he took a bribe and everything else that goes along with that. But when you ignorant and don't know what the fuck you talking about, and that's all the people I know in this community, they totally ignorant of this shit. And when I was trying to tell them, they weren't trying to hear it then. Now they kind of surprised, like, this motherfucker was right. Because I'm always right when I look to do right. And when I speak nothing but the truth. So
let me clarify that after Ronald Savage joined my movement to find out what happened to the 2013 victim, he was not as active as he is now in the YouTube streets, and he in fact did not really get active again until he was called out in a public attack by Troy Star Torain and Layla Wills around the time they claimed they had the John Doe who was taking Afrika Bambaataa to court at the end of the deadline for New York State's Child Victims Act.
So you see that Ron Savage wasn't active until they attacked him and threatened his political life and going to jail and shit. Then the fucking beef figure popped out. Listen, and all that shit. Like, what the fuck wrong with Ron? Oh, they attacked him. They fucked that boy head up.
As a result of the attacks on Ronald Savage in the public, Ron was forced to come out and defend his position as he was threatened in a private telephone call that he released during an interview with Sonetta TV.
So he did the interview with Sonetta TV. He was fucking fighting Sonetta TV. You heard Khalil in the other show I just did where he was saying Ron was fighting and shit. He was fighting me, Layla, him, anybody. I was just talking to him. I'm a reasonable guy. I will reason with you if you're reasonable. Unreasonable motherfuckers you can't reason with, though. They get a thought in their head and they think they right. You can't tell them shit. And I ain't got time to sit up and argue with a motherfucker like that, really. Throw their ass off my panel or lead a panel and kill the conversation because it's ignorant.
The Sonetter TV interview and the private audio Ronald shared with the public was of Troy star Torain telling him that he was coming for him, as Star claimed that in Ronald not staying allied with him and Layla and taking Afrika Bambaataa to court, that Star was going to actively seek to destroy Ronald Savage.
Star Troy Terrain said that in the audio the same way he recorded Mickey Beston bitch ass, he recorded Troy Star Terrain bitch ass. And I do have that recording too. And he was threatening, I'm coming after you, Ron. I'm gonna get your ass and all that. Threaten that man. Drove that man insane. Listen, you know how you do.
The angle Star used to come after Ronald was first to make a channel where he began to inform us that Ronald could be prosecuted for the exact same Mickey Benson audio that Hassan Campbell was recently playing.
You see it? You see why everybody play that audio and shit? Because they know that's what triggered Ronald Savage. Oh, motherfucker, you took a bribe. You hit that. You said the same shit and don't even realize that you over there allied with the enemy. Either you know or you don't know. I say you don't know, but I might as well hit the enemy upside the head because you sitting right up here with me saying the same shit. Now either they sunk you with the shit or you don't know the shit you talking about. Now you can claim whichever one you want. Just know that if I feel that you acting like the enemy, we're gonna fight like you my motherfucking enemy.
When Ronald spoke to Sonetter in the interview, he literally said that he was afraid for his life, not by the Zulu Nation, but that he was afraid of Star for his open threats to come after him for not taking Bam to court.
Is that a fact? Is that a Ron Savage? Old facts, nothing but facts. Star said he was coming after the man to get him, and he said he was afraid of the bookie man, Troy Star Terrain. Is that a fucking fact? Why the fuck we gotta argue about it then? Unless you didn't listen to Ron on Sonetter, but you said you didn't listen to Ron on Sonetter, so you speaking from a lack of knowledge, which do harm to me and allow Khalil the money bitch ass to speak on you and not me, because he not gonna fuck with me, but you know he'll fuck with you every motherfucking day of the week. He don't have no problem saying that whatever mouth queen and shit and going at you. And he try to destroy me by going at you because you're over here trying to fight with me. Now, if you don't give a fuck about me and you just want to fight, let's pick a topic and I'll knock your motherfucking ass out. But you're not finna sit up here with me, never, ever again and fucking argue with me, or you gonna get your ass thrown out, or you do it on your channel. And when I hear your ass doing that shit, I'm gonna get the fuck away from you. All right, y'all, peace. Call up out of here, because this motherfucker don't know how to talk or hold a conversation. Always want to fucking fight with me? You better go find them motherfuckers and fight them. Them motherfuckers doing you harm. I ain't doing you harm.
The other aspects of Ronald being threatened was as he was attempting to show the public that Star and Layla was coming after him, he was on his own platform showing that Star was having the audio of his threats against Ronald in the private telephone call false flagged and trying to get his YouTube channel terminated so no one would even see or remember what was being done to him.
Same thing they did to me. They was over here flogging the shit out of my channel falsely and everything else. They did the same shit to Ron. That's why I know what it feels like to be threatened by them motherfuckers and them niggas trying to kill you. I had a fucking stroke. I've been locked up. They could have went to the motherfucking population and the Nation of Islam and the motherfucking Black Panthers and those black niggas that's in that motherfucking Cook County could have killed me. So that ain't even no motherfucking argument, because I know from my actions But when you listen to the fucked up community that's been saying Carl lying all these years, then you start quoting them ignorant ass people, and it's like, what? Who the fuck? I got another ignorant motherfucker sitting up here beside me.
If the Queen and any of you all still do not see how Ronald was placed in danger, Ronald showed the public that to silence him, Starr put real legal cases on him in the courts, that Ronald had to go to the district attorney in New York City and have the cases Starr was launching at him dropped.
Ron had to go to them people only because Ron got political power. They ain't fucked the nigga up. Gave him a stroke and kicked his motherfucking ass. If he didn't have no political power, that nigga would be bent over doing some of that shit he did at 15.
Before Ronald ran to make peace with Mickey Benson and now Bambaataa, he was being attacked in the court with one or more filings that Starr made to try and have Ronald charged and canceled on YouTube. So nobody can tell me now when I see Ronald Savage making peace with Bambaataa that the attacks from Starr did not push Ronald back towards Mickey Benson, and Starr claiming that he still speaks to certain Zulu could not have did that to threaten Ronald and have him right in the arms of his victimizers because he was not taking Bambaataa to court, and how all of that is my means to show that man's life has been in danger.
Man's life been in danger. And anybody that want to argue, let's argue. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, and that's the top. Ron Savage life ain't been in danger. Well, why the fuck he been doing what he do? You even said that the nigga got split personalities and shit and everything. Some of that shit might be just made up because he fighting against Layla Wells' bitch ass and Troy Star Terrain bitch ass. That's why I tried to warn you. Watch how you say and what you do to these motherfuckers, because you'll be caught up in the slap in a court facing motherfucking death and shit, because these motherfuckers love to misuse the court. Now, like I told you, I've been weary of your ass ever since you came around. When that Nicole Reloaded bitch did that shit, I said that bitch come from that same woman that we met. What makes you any different than that bitch? Because you went over there on the panel with that bitch and all them hoes over there talking that shit and everything. And like I told you, that motherfucking page you had that I ran my ass off of and shit, that shit had leak you naming on it and all that shit. I don't know to trust you or what. I try to do my best, but when I'm talking to you, you always doing shit coming at me. When I told you this morning, because you fucking called me, I don't fucking call you. You call me. Let's do a show. Shit be seeming like a setup to me, but I still do the shit. Do I not? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Fuck these people and what they listening to. You call me and get shit started. And I tell you, sister, let's not argue and fight this show. See, you started shit already. I'm starting because I don't want to get on the show and do that shit. Now I'm just as get old hood as anybody, but I don't like that shit. I don't need fucking confusion around me. If you's a confused motherfucker, get your confused motherfucking ass away from me. It's how I'm acting nowadays.
Now it is my belief that Ronald, after Starr made the threats to come after him, and by Starr using the channel Ronald said he made to come after him as an elected official receiving a bribe from Mickey Benson, anyone can see why Ronald would then align himself closer to Mickey Benson and how that led to him making closure with Afrika Bambaataa recently.
Now, you motherfuckers can't see that. I gotta come out here and tie all this shit together and write this shit and explain this shit to you ignorant motherfuckers. You can't see what the fuck they did to the man? Because y'all too busy watching y'all motherfucking savior, Hassan Camel, that's getting y'all that goddamn payola and shit out here.
Not only was Ronald saying he feared for his life from Star, but he also has an open dispute with Layla Wills over the name Hip Hop Stands with Survivors, at which the organization name was used by Layla Wills to go after Afrika Bambaataa and the Hip Hop Museum in New York City over millions of dollars in grant money being awarded to the museum by a New York Democratic senator. You say to the Queen this is way deeper than rap and way deeper than her opinion that she would not do what Ronald Savage is doing or even what I am doing because I had my home swatted, my channels wrongfully flagged, locked up on false charges, and even I know to move a certain way with my movement, let alone my objections I could make on Ronald Savage's. This is bigger than all of that when it comes to me and my movement.
This shit is bigger than me. It's bigger than hip hop. All of that shit. But everybody playing with it like it's a motherfucking Monopoly game. I win Monopoly games. I don't play the shit just to be playing it.
Even I myself want justice for what they did to me, but I am not going out with a gun or stabling people who wronged me, and I have empathy for Ronald because I knew after he joined my movement that people in opposition to that was attacking him and me in every angle and still are to this day. Even though I could sit up here and say I would not do what Ronald just did, I can also say I or none us live in New York City and have to deal with the politics of what Ronald Savage has to go through.
You understand that? I don't stay in New York. I stay in Park in Arkansas. It give me so much motherfucking political power. You better stay your ass on Interstate 40, because if you come up at this motherfucker looking for me, one of us gonna be dead before the end of the day. Because I can spot your ass from a mile away. I know everybody in Park and how they walk, how they do everything, cars, every motherfucking thing.
The difference between why I show Ronald my empathy and not Hassan is Hassan was directly from his own mouth involved with the conspiracy to murder an alleged victim of Bambaataa, and not to be confused with Ronald, who is a victim that decided to forgive his victimizer, and the two are not even comparable by leaps and bounds for what has been done in racketeering money and influence in these YouTube streets for going on 8 years now.
So, Ron just started getting money. They don't like that shit. They want to stop that. That's why they was flagging his motherfucking channel. Because if he get his ass off of YouTube, he be dead. If I get the fuck off YouTube, the motherfuckers come to Park and looking for me on some fuck with that nigga said, get that bitch ass nigga. But I understand y'all not warriors. Y'all don't know how to fight a motherfucking war.
What I want the queen of the YouTube street to get out of this is to be aware that this Afrika Bambaataa, Ronald Savage, and Hassan Campbell situation involves a cover-up to protect an organization formed for security by off-duty police officers and federal law enforcement who work under the banner of Zulu Warriors Security, and how Ronald Savage was in danger, and in my belief still in danger, not just of being murdered as I said, but for his entire involvement with Mickey Benson and the bribe Star used to threaten him with criminal prosecution with.
Understand that? It's that way understandable now and shit. You just can't tell a motherfucker something. Sometimes you got to put pencil on paper.
I believe the Queen in her objective stances also forgets that regardless of what her opinion is, I myself was literally swatted at my former home and placed in a false criminal and civil case to cover all this up for Hassan Campbell claiming he was given the photo to kill the 2013 victim, and my movement online created to ask his whereabouts. Ronald Savage was never my focus more than Hassan Campbell for his direct involvement with conspiracy to murder the 2013 victim and his confession.
And they did everything in their power not to put that shit in that documentary, not to ever speak about it, but she brought the shit up later when she was going at the hip hop museum. She put the shit in her paper and started speaking about the boy. You know why? Because they want to use that shit as their power. That was my power. That's what I did, but they want to erase me and take the history and write their ass in hip hop history and shit. But once again, you nobody motherfuckers don't understand trying to be somebody and do shit. And I'm tired of explaining it to you nobody motherfuckers out there lying on me talking about all the nigga pedophile and all the other shit. The nigga gay, the nigga this. Nigga, I ain't none of that shit. I'm a motherfucking servant of the Lord God of Israel, and you don't know what the fuck that is, bitch. You think it's a Hebrew Israelite. I ain't never been a motherfucking Hebrew Israelite. And I got a problem with you hoe ass niggas out there saying that Khalil or money shit.
Now my next address to the Queen is about her opinion that the boy who stabbed Hammond or his family may have been paid off in order to remain silent about the incident that occurred. I say now to the Queen that in her opinion she may not see that if a stabbing occurred that was covered up by the Zulu Nation in 2013, you cannot pay someone off legally to not speak on that, as it is a violent crime that activates the police state, and in the event that Zulu warriors security, which includes police officers, went to cover up a violent stabbing of Afrika Bambatawa and Ahmed Henderson tied to a statutory rape of a minor, that in itself is criminal and in no way is a payoff to the family to cover up that crime legal.
No payoff. That's why when I asked that, I said, if her son took a picture to murder that boy, is that a crime, sir? Fuck this shit you talking about, Mr. Officer. Talking, oh, you two better and all that. That nigga sound like motherfucking Khalil of Money. Cause they in bed with Khalil of Money and Lady Wills and Troy Star Terrain. That's why Troy Star Terrain bitch ass came over here and flagged my motherfucking phone call to the feds. What the fuck he doing flagging my phone call to the feds? That was him on the phone? No, it was the feds on the phone. And there was I on the phone. How the fuck do he got a copyright or any fucking claim to my fucking phone call? Explain that shit to me. That means you playing with some very powerful devils. YouTube and everybody tied into this shit. This shit is dangerous. It ain't no motherfucking game. Niggas just bitches and won't kill nobody. But me, I ain't no bitch. I don't want to go kill them niggas because I don't need to kill nobody. All I need to do is stand on my motherfucking ground and ask the motherfucking question, where the boy at? And you weak motherfuckers got to sit back and say, well, he got paid off and this and that and then make up shit for them motherfuckers. Either you with me or you against me. And I'm going to make sure I know which side your motherfucking ass on before I move on. I made the queen. You can have the shit. But you're not going to sit up with me and argue with me daily about shit that I've been dealing with for 8 motherfucking years and put my life on the line, my business, my reputation, my everything. Israel doctrine, all that shit. I'm not finna play no game with this shit. Fuck you, Leak you, Khalil, and all you motherfuckers. I met you motherfuckers, like I said, through that goddamn woman. And I get rid of all you motherfuckers just like that.
I say now to the Queen that in her opinion she may not see that if a stabbing occurred that was covered up by the Zulu Nation in
Probably needed a second round of that, but ain't no covering that up with no money and shit. That's illegal too. That's why everything we talking about is illegal. You can think whatever you want. The only motherfucking remedy to it is we ain't seen that boy in 11 motherfucking years. That boy may be dead and gone.
I like to agree with the objective opinion of those who disagree with me at points in order to show how the opinion they have makes no sense. Let's say Afrika Bambatawa and the Zulu Nation paid the family or the boy, then that in itself would solidify my movement even more. That alleges Hassan Campbell and the Zulu Nation was racketeering when he took the photo to kill the boy, and when they paid the boy not to speak on actual violent attack with a knife and the rape and the cover-up of the New York City police and the Zulu Nation to not prosecute the boy for stabbing Bam and Ahmed the night of the rape.
See? But Troy Star Terrain spoke about this shit with Khalil the Money, Unseen Soldier, Kevin Gills, called into his show the night he asked the public, should I release the boy's name? He talked about it. He talked about it with a police officer. See, I done covered all this shit. I ain't no hearsay with me. I done covered it all.
Can you see it now, Queen? I hope you see it because I am trying my best to allow you to be objective, but at the same time using your brain, not knowing that I covered this on the platform of mine they false flagged and had wrongfully terminated.
That's why we need to get Israel Doctrine Reloaded back, because they false flagged it and they did all that and they took that away, all that information. Why do you think Khalil the Money first channel is gone? Because he came out here and said he was blowing the man off to get his channel taken down and all this other shit where they erase shit. You ain't heard how violent the Zulu Nation is, because Amani Wisdom, Sixth Dynasty, don't even exist no more for what I know.
To make it clear for the Queen so we do not argue in front of you all about this moving forward, I covered all three angles on my Israel Doctrine Reloaded to address all this way before Ronald was pushed back towards Mickey Benson after Star and Layla was threatening him. I am being fair to the Queen when I say number one, if the boy stabbed Bam on April 1st, 2013, that was criminal. Number two, if the boy is alive, he may be in danger with a payoff or not because the cover-up in itself failed and people are asking about it, including me. And number three, if the boy was made up, that itself means this entire ordeal was an operation created to grift or scam the community and YouTube out of millions of dollars in revenue.
All this shit is bad. But unless you get the boy and cover what happened, this shit gonna be going on for another 50 years.
What I am saying to the Queen is all three angles I took previously before she met me was accurate, and no matter which one you take, what Hassan Campbell and the Zulu Nation did with the boy account is criminal.
Criminal, 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 criminal. Rico, 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 Rico.
Now when it comes to Ronald Savage, I do not see his involvement directly with the so-called attempt to murder the 2013 victim, but what I see is a man who was attacked for asking about the boy not only when he joined my movement asking for his whereabouts, but even before that when he referenced the stabbing with Hassan Campbell in the press release with Dave Wedge of Canada's Noisy Vice magazine.
Yeah. Ron spoke about it. Other people spoke about it. But the other people kiss ass and run with Star and Layla and was out there that motherfucking protest against the hip hop museum. They don't want to kill them motherfuckers because they got them what they want. They just tell them, shh, be quiet. Do it on the little channel so they won't hear it. Do it on the little channel so they won't hear it. So it won't be in the public like that. But then I hear and see the shit, and I'm gonna bring it to you next week. Well, other people talking about that same goddamn boy, cause that boy is somebody that's very significant to this whole shit. It's all criminal. It's all Rico.
The proper narrative on who came out first is something I corrected on my Israel Doctrine Reloaded channel when I informed everyone before I even met the Queen of the YouTube streets that Ronald Savage wrote his book exposing a hip-hop DJ for molesting him as a minor in the book Impulses, Urges, and Fantasies, first released in 2014. The book was later republished adding the name of Afrika Bambaataa as the DJ who molested him in 2015. The first book published in 2014 happened before Hassan Campbell came out against Afrika Bambaataa on his Facebook, and the second book came out the same year Hassan Campbell came out in 2015, and then Ronald was also the first to go to mainstream media in the Daily News, and then with Fox 6 News Lisa Evers.
See, that's always me correcting that, because don't nobody really know who came out first. But what happened is Khalil Money and DJ K Slay wrote that fucked up Bambaataa was gay and raped the little boy, putting his ass in the LGBTQIA plus community. Before anything that happened, they set the narrative. That's why that bitch ass nigga DJ K Slay is dead. K Slay done died. Amber done died. OG, Half Paint, TC Islam. How many motherfuckers gotta die before y'all realize this shit is worthy of dying for if you standing for something? If you ain't standing for something, then you falling for any motherfucking thing like all you motherfuckers do.
To my knowledge, the attacks on Ronald Savage came before he ran back to Mickey Benson, who he calls his cousin, and before he made peace with Bambaataa recently. I also wanted to clarify for the viewers that Ronald Savage recently spoke of how he believes that they is in the Zulu Nation when they located TC Islam's whereabouts was murdered in Georgia after he sat down with Layla Wills to do her documentary back around the time when Ronald and Hassan Campbell first came out in 2016.
They killed that motherfucking man because that broad had that motherfucker address.
Everybody sits up listening to Hassan Campbell ranting recently, and this included me and the Queen, about how deep and powerful Zulu Nation is, and I believe she in her objections becomes selective and in disregard for what was going on with Ronald Savage after he joined my movement. I do give the Queen some understanding, as she has only dealt directly with me for about a year or more, so I do not come at her for being ignorant to what was being done to Ronald Savage before he made peace with Afrika Bambaataa, but after he was already being attacked online by Khalil Imani, Star, and Layla Wills.
The man was being attacked. Listen, y'all ain't listening to what I'm telling y'all. I'm going crazy. Beast Stinger, talk to him. Now y'all got to deal with a crazy motherfucker online.
Khalil Imani was claiming he was coming after Ronald for his speaking on his disbelief in a case Hassan Campbell, Layla Wills, and Troy Torain was helping the John Doe place against Afrika Bambaataa.
Yeah, Khalil said, Ron, you trying to go against DJ K Slay. DJ K Slay, fucking twin-ass brothers, standing they bitch ass up there with Bambaataa. Ain't nobody said nothing about them motherfuckers. You motherfuckers are selective.
I believe that even if some of the attacks on Ronald by Khalil were truly on his stance on the John Doe, it also involved Ronald claiming he did not believe any of their stories after he was being threatened by Star in the audio and having Star place court and legal cases against him, and his fighting them to have the audio on his channel to prove that they came out of nowhere when he was not active making videos, and started attacking him about his failure to take him and the Zulu Nation to court with the Child Victim Act that he marched and helped a rally to have New York State pass a law.
I just played that audio in my last show. I just went through random audio. And Ron was saying the Victim Act is finna pass, y'all. On such and such a date. I went up to the New York State Capitol, what is it, Auburn or whatever it is, and stood up there and all that shit. Yeah, people did work before me, but I went up there and I got the shit passed. And the question is, did the guy talk to him and said, Ron, you know you was 15 acting like you was 18? Because when he told him that, Ron said it clicked in his head. He lied to Bam. And Bam was doing this shit to him because he thought he was 18. So he felt guilty that he put himself in a situation like the same guilt he had when he gave his son the audio that they using to attack him. Ron fucked his own life up. But that don't give no bitch ass nigga and bitch ass bitches from New York, Chicago, or what, New Jersey, wherever that motherfucker start from, to be trying to bully that man. That motherfucker is a victim. Respect it and leave the motherfucker alone. But people don't want to respect it. They want to victimize the motherfucking man too.
I am saying this to the Queen so she but also the general audience can get why I said Ronald Savage was in danger after he joined my movement, and maybe even before, as he was coming out against an organization with charters said to be on 6 of the 7 continents, and a security company with numerous contracts threatened to be destroyed if the Zulu Nation is found to be involved with sex trafficking or any other illegal rackets. Ronald was claiming he was afraid from his own mouth, and I know exactly why, as he informed us all with the telephone audio he recorded of Star showing us all that Star was on the phone saying that he was coming after him, let alone me worrying on if the Zulu Nation was a threat on his life just off the sheer magnitude of his claims and the very likelihood of the Zulu Nation being willing to go to extreme lengths to make sure this did not spill out into a real criminal charge against Afrika Bambaataa or any of its members, and including Hassan Campbell, who was a Zulu warrior security detail for someone that I introduced to Senator TV from California. Does the Queen realize that I once introduced a known rap artist who I met when I lived with my brother in California to Senator TV? She probably does not, but I am telling her now to show I have been inside this story before Hassan Campbell came out, or even Ronald Savage through 6 Degrees. Does the Queen know that the rapper I introduced to Senator TV visited an event thrown in New York where Hassan Campbell was doing security to protect the rapper for Zulu Warriors security before he or Ronald Savage came against Afrika Bambaataa? I am asking questions I know the Queen cannot answer for the audience and her to see that Hassan Campbell was spotted in New York at a Senator TV event doing security for the same company he claims that he is now online to stop from killing him, and that the job given to Hassan came by default of the rapper he did the security for that I introduced to Senator TV.
The Kevin on trial debate. Y'all see the picture? I got it up. Hassan, Sadnetta, and Gabar.
When people say I have no ties to any of this, or that I just want to see Hassan Campbell fail and not Ronald Savage, or any of these false allegations and lies that I was doing things prior to Hassan Campbell being a megastar on YouTube that was directly influencing the community and giving him an extra job, but at the same time later when Hassan came out against Afrika Bambaataa and I got involved, people all want to attack me for Hassan when I was involved with things influencing Hassan before now.
Before all this shit, I was that Kevin on trial shit. Yes, that $1 million they made doing that shit. I had involvements in all that shit.
This is not just about Ronald Savage being afraid of being murdered physically by the Zulu Nation, but it also involves him being afraid of being destroyed politically, or in a way where he and Mickey Benson could be prosecuted if he did not go back on his story or agree to go back and work with Star and Layla on the agenda they wanted him to follow when it involves Afrika Bambaataa. Ronald fearing for his life is no different than how Hassan Campbell could be prosecuted for taking that photo to murder the 2013 victim, and stating that Pepsi, who recently passed away, put the hit on his life, and Hassan claims they told him that if he was ever to get offline from public view that they would kill him. I did not attack Ron for many years for all of these reasons, as I understood the role he plays as opposed to Hassan Campbell and the 2013 victim that I started the movement to find.
It's all about that boy, people, because that boy life mean a lot.
My last point to you, Queen, is that I played you audio of Hassan Campbell admitting he was given the photo to kill the boy. I played audio of Hassan Campbell threatening to sexually assault a YouTuber's children. I played the audio where Hassan pointed out that Ronald said Bambataha had 40 security guards with him when they took the photo. Everyone who listens to Hassan can say they did not hear those security detail people who protect Afrika Bambataha are part of Zulu Warriors Security, a multi-million-dollar organization that does security for various celebrities who Hassan Campbell admitted from day one was why they've been fighting for years to cover this up to avoid losing big contracts if Bambataha is ever prosecuted for sleeping with underage people or minors. As I said earlier, Zulu Warriors Security is nothing but group of people that involves off-duty police and federal law enforcement officials, people like Brother T, who Hassan Campbell had on camera admitting he works for the government and special ops in foreign countries to take down child sex traffickers.
But can't fuck with the Zulu Nation because he one of them.
It is in my belief that Ronald Savage or anyone that goes against the cover-up is in danger, which I am alleging would expose a racketeering, influence, corrupt organization and sex trafficking of potential minors and adults, as it was spoken of by West Coast Zulu Nation member DJ Mark Love, that Zulu Nation was also running an adult prostitution ring that involves literal law enforcement, the Zulu Nation, and more.
Yes, this shit is deep, y'all. That documentary was just a cover up in itself.
A lot of people gave been in danger, and I am speaking to the YouTube Streets Queen again to inform her of my life being in danger when they came after me, so there is no way anyone watching this can claim my judgment is wrong regardless of her objections to Ronald Savage's closure or about the boy who they say stabbed Bambataha in 2013 on whether he and his family got a payday or not, because it is not legal to pay a person to not speak out on a violent stabbing and the rape of a minor. I think I have done what I was supposed to do, and that includes filing police reports, calling the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and sending a complaint to various local, state, and federal agencies to protect myself, Ronald, people in my movement, and all who stood by me throughout this. So I in no way am worried about what Ronald Savages has done recently. As I explained in my press release, what he did actually validates and not diminishing my claims.
Let me just say it one time for y'all. I'm winning till I lose. Y'all gonna have to bring a big loss to me. And I know y'all want to do it. Y'all want me to lose my motherfucking life. But that's where you gonna fuck up at. You come trying to fuck with my life. You gotta bring some ass to get some ass. I'm gonna tell you like they used to say in the old school. I'm an old school nigga.
If anybody can disprove me that covering up a potential rape and stabbing with a contract or money to the family is legal, then I challenge them to pull out the law and prove it to me, or just stop the nonsense and get with the movement to find out what happened to the boy 2013. I am saying I do not believe a cash payoff of the boy or his family was legal once it involved a cover-up of a violent stabbing of two men and so-called pederasty or statutorily sexual assault of a minor boy, and it surely does not excuse the crimes done on this internet out in these YouTube street by Hassan Campbell or his affiliates in relation to it all.
So do as I say here if you want to. If you like what it say, please pay attention and do it.
Hit the like, share the video and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get a notification.
Queen, you want a link or something? Because you can go back and listen to this whole thing. It was written for you. I took my time and had to write the stuff because of the argument that we've been through. I don't want Khalil bitch ass or none of these people. Oh, look, they was arguing this and that and woo, 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 woo. So you understand. But if you don't understand and you want to have some animosity, you know I don't give a fuck. Peace. What's up? Ken? All is well. that ends well, and I'm winning till I lose. Ain't nobody made me lose nothing yet. But they on the precipice of doing this shit, trying to bring about a lose. I haven't lost a debate. I haven't lost my movement. I haven't lost nothing. Not even sleep. I ain't lost nothing. I'm looking for the Lord to bless me and me go get my blessings as soon as possible. It's going to cost a little money, but if the Lord bless me with the little cash to do what I got to do, then I look to be bringing blessings to the YouTube. Woo! But yeah, y'all, that's it right there. That's to sum up everything I've been saying, but I be in the heat of battle. I really don't know how to say it. So that's it, y'all. Hopefully y'all understand my reason for protecting the man that joined my movement and asked for the boy. I don't care what the fuck he do now. He done that. He gained my loyalty the day he did it. And I'm loyal to him. Everything he doing now is to protect his life. Do what you got to do. That's what I learned when I was young. You don't want to take the garbage out. I'm going to beat your ass. You got to take the garbage out. You might as well get your ass up and take the garbage out. I told you sweep, cut the yard or whatever it is. Nigga, get your ass up and do what the fuck I told you. Don't complain that you're a man. You got to do what you got to do. I'm out, people.